Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we're here for another reaction video. This one I've been waiting for so long to watch myself. Well, since it came out anyway, it's not really that long. I believe it's like 2 days ago maybe. But yeah, it's the Nightcity Wire, Cyberpunk 2077 trailer, show, demo, gameplay thingy, whatever. I believe it's like a mix of gameplay footage and interviews and stuff like that. So people from Cyberpunk talking about the game, which is very exciting. Video on YouTube, and I mean this game alongside Final Fantasy VII Remake before that was released have been the two most anticipated games on my list for 2020 definitely. And also Ghost of Tsushima that I made another reaction video to that I'm gonna make a card on here. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hopefully it's gonna be great. So let's go. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, so this stuff we've already seen with V. Still looks amazing though.
Hello and welcome to this, the very first episode of Nightcity Wire, a brand new series
Holly
from
Bennett.
us at CDPR Red, where we'll be talking about all things Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, and she has the new
starting with a brand new trailer.
the new chair.
One of our developers will be joining us to help
Gaming
unpack
chair.
everything you're going to see. We'll have some news, an announcement about
I actually consider buying that one because it looks amazing.
Braindance gameplay, and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on.
Oh, it looks so good.
77, and when this episode finishes, you'll be able to go and check out exactly what they thought. So, let's get started. So
I really hope that the camera is okay and not too big.
You're gonna have a few questions after watching this. So, let's take a look.
So for those of you guys who does know, a little fun fact is that Holly Bennett actually is a former PlayStation Access employee.
Yeah, come on. City like any other, just bigger. Nah, mano, not just any
The
other
graphics.
city. Legends are born here. The major leagues. We're only here because Dex
And the music is pretty lit as well.
That puts us in the same league as them. But we are. They just don't know it yet. But if you got the cojones and you know how to use them, you could do damn.
Yeah, we got the cojones, don't we?
Unless you catch a boat.
Think?
Even then, it's the gig, Dex. You're meant to come out and make peace.
God, do you see this? I hope
How about we
it's
go over the plan?
if it's not represented well on screen because of like YouTube compressing and everything, watch it yourself as well after this, because
Heavy hitters.
the dynamic range and the shadows just looks amazing.
Goes without saying, we do
Whoa.
this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies, not a one.
Do I need a new
Sounds
graphics
simple
card for this? I have a 1080.
He's lit, assholes!
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you worry.
And they're probably showing it off with RGX as well,
What the fuck just happened in there?
probably.
Stop digging Night City. Fucking major leagues. Happy now, Jackie? Yep, that's fucking high! Time to bail!
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
Dex, what the fuck?
Oh, there he is, our guy. Oh,
So
so
the trailer
good.
contains footage from the game.
And Pavel.
What you have just seen is only the
Sounds
prologue
cool.
of the game. So that awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know, this gigantic city built of six
Like a-
completely unique
what?
districts. Several goes as planned, and
Actually, let's go to
you will
1440p.
have to play the game.
There are an awful lot of really cool things in this trailer, and there's a few that
You
I would just
don't
love to
say.
talk about a little bit more for the people at home. So let's start with talking about a gang called the Mox. Now, we see a few flashes of them in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites. But
Oh, I think
do
she
give us
has
a little bit more
this
information about them.
Cyberpunk role-playing
So,
game in the
Mox is
background.
one of the gangs that
I think it
players
says
will interact
Jumpstart
with
Kid.
throughout the game.
probably
The
like a
Mox is the gang
beginner
that has
scenario
been
or
formed in
something.
2076, after death of Elizabeth Borden. And as a player, you are going to interact with that gang, meet multiple different NPCs, and craft your own relationship with them, and
Okay.
understand what they are all about.
So earlier on, you did mention a seventh
that's not
district,
too
a place
different
called
from
Badlands. Now,
a lot
we
of
saw
other
a few shots
RPGs
of this
then.
in the trailer, but I'd love for you to give us a bit more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like dead, dried out space going around the whole Night City. And as a player, you'll be able to traverse that space.
Oh, I love the colors on that car, like the interior. The outside of the car is not as impressive.
In the trailer, we also saw like a completely metal creature. Now, he didn't look like he was from the Maelstrom gang. This looked like something else. So please tell the people at home, who is this giant metal monster?
So that big dude, that was Adam Smasher. He has been
Adam
introduced in
Smasher.
pen and paper. Adam Smasher is a fully converted cyborg. He is he was always a loyalist of
I don't know
Arasaka.
why, but it
And,
kind of
time
gives
has
me like
changed,
some
and in
Ludens
2077 he had to find
vibes.
his own space in Night City.
So Luden
But
is
to, find out, you have
Kojima
to-
Productions, I
In
guess,
this trailer, we
mascot
do
or
see
whatever.
some flashes of a Ripper Doc called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our previous gameplays, they might
Kinda
remember him.
ish.
But I'd
Not
really
entirely
like for you
though.
to give the people at home some more information about what Ripper Docs are and how they'll be interacting with them when they play Cyberpunk.
They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. They are accustomed and specialized in replacing limbs.
The
to
Ripper
the
Doc.
metal ones. As a
I mean,
player,
they're
you are
basically
going to
like
meet
Dr.
different
Ito
types of
from
Ripper Docs in
Battle Angel
game. You
Alita.
craft your own relationship with them. Some of them are like important characters for a story. Through that,
what I'm
you will
thinking.
invest eddies that you're gathering to turn your body into this tool that allows you to survive on the streets of Night City.
We do have some news to share. Earlier in the
What
year,
news?
we
What
announced
news? Come
that
on.
if you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well. If you
Ooh.
pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4, you'll also be able to play it on PlayStation 5 when the console launches.
That's pretty cool.
Before we reveal our first
I mean,
look
I'm
at
probably
the
gonna
Braindance
buy it on
gameplay
PC
and
either
welcome
way,
back
but
our developers for a chat,
I have a
there is just
PlayStation
one
4,
more
so-
thing we want to announce. Something that we've been working on in secret for a while. We are very excited to announce
Trigger?
our partnership with Studio Trigger and Netflix to bring you Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a standalone anime set in the Cyberpunk universe, which we've been working
okay.
on for some time now. Edgerunners is due to launch in 2022, but for some more information, let's go to the team in Tokyo.
Cool. This is probably gonna show some underlying side stories or
Hi, my name is Saya
viewpoint
Elder.
from other
I am
characters.
the Japan-based producer for. We were certain that we didn't want to make a recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is a standalone story set in the same universe. The stage is still Night City, but everything else is totally new. New characters.
Yeah,
new
see, that's what I'm-
story. I do like to think that it's going to be
I'm
a
kinda
great
saying is-
gateway for newcomers to come and check Cyberpunk game and also the Cyberpunk genre as a whole.
That's pretty cool.
Right now.
こんにちは。トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です。
監督の今石井です。
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です。
ゲームのサイバーパンクのファンの方、今回初めて触れる方両方に満足していただけるようにアニメを作るつもりです。よろしくお願いします。
I wonder if they're like using the style that's on the poster in the background.
していきたいと思います。お楽しみに。
Or maybe it's gonna look like that. That looks pretty cool.
Now it is time to show you some gameplay of Braindance. This is a feature that you'll experience when Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's experience. It allows you to relive their sense of sight, smell, touch, and even hearing.
So
all
you're
thanks
tapping
to a special
into-
device. After the gameplay, I will be welcoming back
Into other
Pavel
people?
Sasko.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Sure, no problem.
And remember, everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high.
God, the graphics are so good.
On you go.
I can't understate this. I mean, you have to watch it yourself. Oh, there was a bit of a glitch.
Down, everybody, on the ground. Wanna see you kissing
I don't know if it's because you're tapped into that other person, but sometimes it's like making those kind of glitchy, I don't know, flashes. Ooh.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened.
Cutie.
You're alive and well.
That was too much. Could feel the guy's pain, his stress, his hope. Hope wrapped up in something else.
Got everything
It's
set up?
amazing how detailed like the character faces are.
Full cam control and analysis mode. So move around, zoom in and out, whatever else you come up with. Think of it as your own little sandbox. So analysis mode, you control playback. Can even pause when you feel the need.
There's another game on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and I can't for the life of me remember the title. But you had to solve like different scenes in kind of a puzzly way, also by like analyzing scenes, and I think you tapped, like we're watching things from above, like in the same manner, and then had to like tie strings together yourself from stuff that were lying on the scene, so kind of like a detective.
Now for some fun. This here's why you came in the first place. In analysis mode, you get to view and even scan details of the enviro recorded by the BD roller. Focus on the heat. Okay, right here. Excellent.
So you're scanning it?
Let's move on. Now heads up. In analysis mode, you can ferret out and try that now.
Oh, okay, it's pretty
Okay, good. Now you should see several sound signatures in the store.
pretty elaborate.
Choose one and hone in on it.
Pack of 6, case of Brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay, we have a deal.
Braindance editor.
Cuddy and Surfing. Everybody, on the
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
We'll move on when you get bored.
I will never get bored. This is pretty cool.
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw. Stuff the roller's cyberware picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got Kuroshi optics that grab infrared, meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording. Walk up to the wounded chick. Try scanning her.
Can you imagine this in real life? That would be so horrifying.
Or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God! Well, now, fucking head off!
See that? They shot him and he never saw it coming. But you will. Here it comes. My favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance
Ooh, you can tap into that as well.
Must have caught our shooter. His own Chumba shot him. Probably planned to all along. Must have got a nice slice of cred on the black market for a BD like this. BD freaks are ready to pay a preem for a real flat.
Gonna be fun to play around with.
Yeah, it's impressive, right? It's too bad most of the BDs we do here are only good for flogging the log.
First is the lore, so how this actually fits into the universe, and then there's
Oh,
the
this is gonna
gameplay
get,
side, so how
be
players
interesting.
will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else so that they could relive them as though it was happening to them. It was originally used for things like therapy and prisoner rehabilitation, but by 2077, it's become this global media industry, including things like movies, mass entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course, adult fare as well.
That's pretty
now,
cool.
in our game, we deal a lot with black brain dances, or XBDs as we call them. And there are different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording. And it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but a mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that in the game.
Able to run the brain dance in the editor mode and see different clues that have been registered on the peripheral of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of the run.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of side stories are gonna use brain dance.
Mysteries, and you will uncover them actually using that brain dance as a mechanics in the game.
We use Braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before. What we use Braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And
But,
it's like a really
while you're
good
both
way
here,
of
I'd love to know, what is it about
of
Cyberpunk
like,
that you guys are really excited
of like incorporating
Patrick, why don't you start?
different storylines
So one of the things that I'm most excited about in this
into a game
is
that
the
still has a
characters, the way
narrative.
they interact with the world. We've got this really interesting world that stretches all the way back to the Cyberpunk 2020 source material and all of these events and all of those things, but those don't mean anything unless they connect with characters. And so when we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? And we come up with that for all of our characters. Now you look at someone like Victor Vector, and you're gonna see stories about his past in his environment and in his dialogue. You know, we come up with that stuff even if we don't use it in the game, because it helps inform us as to who these characters are.
We have grown so
The
much.
night scenes look so great as well.
And we have used all that experience.
Are you
to put
crazy? Are you
into
kidding me?
the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like, everything has a meaning. Like, we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. And I just can't wait to find out what you think.
Pavel, I know
Me
you
too,
mentioned story
me too.
And quests and writing. I would love for you to show everybody this notebook.
Okay, Holly, I mean, I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote like a first note, and it says
It's
pretty much something
censored.
along the lines of that we were starting with a prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on for like next years. I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me, and they said that they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for actually? And they took some pictures, and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, well, you may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
Before we do finish today's episode, there is just one more thing we'd like to talk about. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on with the opening of Cyberpunk 2077, and they should be posting their impressions right about now. And if you missed anything from today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon. And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this, the very first episode of Nightcity Wire. But don't worry, we'll be back
No,
with
thank
episode
you.
2 in just a few weeks. So, we shall see you soon.
Come on. Nightcity Wire. Okay, so that was pretty exciting. That was a really exciting presentation of the game and into the brain dance thing. And like, I think that component of the game seems like a really good way to incorporate other stories and other narratives in addition to the main story. And it just seems like a really good, like, also incredible way to put side quest into or be a part of the lore, because you're basically saying, okay, we want you to experience other parts, or like all the parts of Night City, and not just like through the eyes of the main character, and not see other people through the eyes of the main character either. We actually want you to like tap into and be those other characters, if even just for a brief moment, through Braindance, which is very, very cool. So that's a very exciting storytelling mechanic, I believe. And hopefully it's gonna work out in the final product as well. I mean, so far it looks incredible, and the graphics. I mean, come on, just go and watch it again in your own time, and watch it in better quality, without me ranting on in the video. It's just amazing. So either way, guys, that's it for this reaction video. And if you like the video, if you like the video, you like the video, right? Subscribe if you want more content like this, and just check out some other reaction videos in my reaction playlist if you want to. Just take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.